We straight into it, huh? Straight into it this morning. We ain't no game plan. There ain't no games being played today. What up with it, bro? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Like I said, literally, I've literally been out the loop the entire week. Like I said, because I talked to you on the phone about two
Yeah.
weeks ago. Told you, I'm trying to do the engineering thing. So
Mm-hmm.
been studying. I literally just watched the replays of the Syracuse and Michigan State game. I didn't get to do the commentary on that. So I get my time management back together. Then I'm on Twitter.
Yeah,
Going back and forth. With individuals. So it's been an interesting week, man. But
I
kick
missed
back,
that.
relax with my brother, and we're gonna talk about these games. My picks
Right.
again terrible. I'm probably 2 out of 10 games we cover. I'm good for two. So the listening audience, whichever two you feel like sound the best, go with that. Cause
Right,
like I
right.
said, the Vanderbilt thing last week, like, bro,
That was crazy. That was crazy.
and then I
That was
jumped out.
crazy.
I jumped out the window with the Georgia game because I'm like, F Georgia, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
But you know, but
right.
but I'm gonna try to be more rational today though.
All right, all right, all right. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Hey, that's where college football going though, bro. Like,
I love it.
yes,
I
yes,
love it.
bro. I mean,
I love
too,
it.
bro. I love it too, bro. This is the
I
way
love it.
college football going. Cause last night, man, shit, I ain't get to watch that game. I woke up and had to watch the condensed version of that one, man.
Who
I
played
forget
last? Who played last night?
Arizona State played who did Arizona State beat last night, y'all? God damn it. Here, I'm about to tell you right now, actually, because I got it pulled up in the background. But yeah, Utah, Arizona State took down Utah yesterday, last
What?
night. Yeah, so
And
27 and
doggone well, you already know we would have took Utah in that joint. I
I
don't know what I
probably
don't know
and with
what
Cam
the
Rising coming back and starting that game, you know what I'm saying? That was his return game. Um, he had some kind of knee brace on too, though, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going
man
on with him, but
maybe because he old man. You talking about
yeah,
born in
he old.
'99.
Right. You
Jugger
feel me?
old man.
You feel me? Like he old. He
Jugger
said,
our
Cam,
age.
what up, Zion? Salute, bro. He
He
said
washed.
Cam Rising is wide.
Jugger old man.
Yo,
Oh,
but we wasn't saying that a minute ago and at the beginning of the season, though. We wasn't talking about him being washed,
oh.
but
I
now,
I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna be. I don't know nothing about Cam Rising. I
yeah,
don't.
right. I mean,
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
have him.
I don't know.
When I did my cute quarterbacks for the Big 12 preseason, I was
Uh-oh.
like, everybody gave me hell for not putting Cam Rising in my top five, right? And why you ain't got him in your top five? And I'm like, because he coming back off for injury. We got to see what he
Oh
do.
man. Old man.
Yeah, man. He said
That
he
man
got hurt
old.
2 series into the game. Give it up and go and get a 9 to 5, 7th year senior. He needs to give it up and get a career.
He got a career. He a career student. Yeah, think about how long that man been in school. You've been in college 7 years. You add that to the 12 that you got to do just regular because he didn't
Hmm.
drop out. He didn't get a GED. Man been in school 19 years, man. That is his career. Think about this, bro, for a second. No disrespect to the people that are in
Yo,
the armed services, but some of them, you do 20, but I think they both do 25, right?
yeah.
But you could do 20, you out that thing. Teachers, about 20 some years,
Hey,
you gonna
bro.
get the pension.
Hold it.
So some type of way he need to get another year eligibility. And then Utah should be able to shoot him some bread.
Right.
He been in school for 20 years. That's it. That is his job. That's his 9 to 5.
That nigga, he might as well hang it up. He might as well go and do his damn thing. But yo, it's crazy. So we already know what the game picks today. Like when we picking these games, like you got to keep in mind that college football has changed. It has this year. But we talked about that though, didn't we? I mean, we talked about the transfer portal affecting college football this year. We've talked about that several times on several different shows. So you know what I mean. Way back, like we was already talking about this season, and this season shaping the way that is shaping out to be right now. So I mean, look, it's out there. So all y'all got to do is just go to either mine's or Shad's YouTube and going back and look at our fans' point of views. You know what I'm saying, from months ago. Then you'll hear us talking about what's going on in college football right now. So we was already like talking about this. And this the whole parity and how the transfer portal was going to affect things anyway. So we was already on that. You feel me? So it sounds like the weather getting to me a little bit. I know it is, but it's just changing. Hey, bro, it just went from like 70 to like 30 degrees out here, and like a mad at like 40. It's cold as hell up here. Hey, yo, but what up with everybody out there, man? Hey, so Washington's going to go take on Iowa Hawkeyes at Iowa, right? So Jad Fish, Kurt Ferentz, and that defense that's always stout up there that Kurt Ferentz has. Who you got in this game, bro, and why?
And I don't know, man. You know, I wanna take Iowa because of
Yeah.
the run game and the defense.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, hey, why Jed Fish might dial some stuff up there, man. It may get spooky. But you know, I'm still with Iowa simply
Mm.
because I got their running back on the fantasy. Me and you were matched up this week in the fantasy. So,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Oh
so
yeah.
so I need my man to give me about 25 points. You know,
All
I need him
right.
to run through them Huskies.
All right. All right. All right. And that's exactly why I'm going to take Washington. That's part of the reason why I'm going to take Washington, because you know I got Jonah Coleman. He's been getting me a lot of points. He got me a couple of wins that I got in the fantasy league. Actually, Jonah Coleman is a beast. Like for real, for real. Like he might be underrated running back in college football, to be honest. Uh, what he been doing with Jad Fish and them Huskies, man, and then also Belichick's son running that defense up there at Washington. Washington and Iowa are very similar teams. I think the difference is Will Rogers at quarterback for Washington makes Washington and those receivers, David Boston, they make Washington a little bit better to Iowa to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going with Washington, man, in this game. I think they got the receivers and they got the quarterback. They're not one dimensional on offense, and I think their defense also can hold up against that run game in Iowa, because Iowa gonna have to bring a little bit more than just that run game to beat Washington, even though they do have the advantage at being home. But yeah, I'm going with Washington in this game, man. I should have won with Washington last week versus Michigan, and then I changed my pick. But you know what I mean? I almost was taking them, but I didn't. So, but anyhow, but my upset did come up though. You know what I mean? Minnesota wind up they getting their ass. You see, so shout out to that. All right, next game up, bro. We got Wisconsin and Rutgers, bruh. Wisconsin and Rutgers at
Man.
Rutgers. I
Man.
think so. In this game right here, bro, I mean, the reason why I put it up here is because, believe it or not, some people think that this won't be a very good matchup. Why is this game up there? I like the Big Ten, first of all. I'm not gonna diss on the Big Ten. Wisconsin is 3-2. They're 1-1 in the Big Ten. Rutgers is 4-1 and 1-1 in the Big Ten. Wisconsin got blown out by Alabama. That's not a conference game. I think it was kind of a measuring game, but Rutgers is at home again. A chance to go 5-1 and 2-1 in the Big Ten. I'm going to go with Rutgers in this game, and plus, you know what I'm saying, I got that's that running back. He's nasty up there, bro. You know that's my guy. So, um, I think their running game is solid. I think their quarterback play has improved enough. That defense, they did pull one off over on Washington over a missed field goal that probably could have sent the game in overtime, but they're a tough team. Rutgers are. I thought that they should have. I honestly picked them last week, I think, to beat Nebraska, but Nebraska pulled that off. So that showed me Nebraska is really tough and they're really ready for the Big Ten play. But Rutgers is right there too, man. I'm going with Rutgers, bro.
Yeah, man, as it was interesting watching, the situation unfold, because obviously, Rutgers versus Nebraska, Rutgers or whatever. Like I said, teams are not gonna go through this gauntlet unscathed. Um, I'm I'm a roll Wisconsin. I'm a roll
West.
Wisconsin.
Now
I'm
you
a
can
roll
switch.
Wisconsin.
You can switch.
Nah, I'm not. Nah, I'm not gonna switch. I mean, I'm rolling with Wisconsin. I think one of the things, again, like I say, your starting quarterback goes down, so it's gonna take some time to get some things,
Yeah.
ironed out. I still believe in Luke Fickle, and I think I still believe in what Phil Longo wants to do offensively. So I think again, this would be obviously their sixth game of the season, so it's the midpoint through the season. So I think some of the things that they know that they can do well, they'll be able to do it. So I do think I'm gonna take them this game. I'm
All
taking
right,
this.
bet. No doubt. No doubt, bro. Hey, bro, I ain't even mad at you for that. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. All right. We got
Oh,
Georgia Tech going to UNC. And I know I get it. You like, I heard you already over there, like, oh man, like this one. Georgia Tech 4-2, 2-2 in the ACC. UNC is obviously 3-3, 0-2 in the ACC right now. Um, it's an ACC game. You an ACC guy. Yeah, I mean, go ahead, expand on it a little bit.
to be honest, coming into the season, obviously, Georgia Tech was probably looked at one of the teams that was going to be, pretty tough this year, and they have been. Obviously, they've taken some losses, but they still been relatively tough. Losing to Louisville and losing to Syracuse, those are not two slouch teams to lose to. By any stretch.
Mhm,
North Carolina really should be really should be 2-4.
mhm.
Should have lost the Minnesota game, right? So I mean, you've lost your quarterback. I mean, this is the epitome of a rebuild year. I mean, Omarion Hampton is still getting his, which he's pretty much their offense, right? Their offense
Mhm.
this year. I wish, with the way North Carolina playing, I wish they was on the schedule this year because we probably would beat them this year.
Yeah.
So but with that being said, I'm about to go with the Yellow Jackets, man. I think they're a well-rounded team. Like I
Okay.
said, I've went against them a couple of times this particular season, but I, I just I just can't get over the fact that UNC, you allow for a team to score 50 points on you before halftime, and then you let them put 70 on you. But you responded the following week. So I mean, y'all just too up and down. But I'm gonna go with Georgia Tech, man. They got the running back at quarterback. Um,
Yeah.
defense is opportunistic and stuff
And
like that. So
yeah.
yeah, so I'm gonna go with them. You
You
know,
know, the way college football has been playing out, right? And see, normally these teams you say this would be a good matchup, right? I mean, Georgia Tech's run game, that offense heavily relies on that run game getting going from Hayes King and Jamal Hayes, that punch going. And UNC kind of have been getting beat by teams who pass well. Any team who has been passing well against UNC has had success with that defense. Um, and I'm going to take Georgia Tech in this game, but I don't think that they blow them out, and I don't think that they cover. And UNC, they maybe even be able to pull it off. But I am going to go with Georgia Tech, though. I'm going to go with Georgia Tech, Hayes King, and Jamal Hayes, that 1-2 punch. But I wouldn't be surprised if UNC is able to give them a tougher game, seeing that Georgia Tech don't have that passing game like other teams that they have lost to or had problems with, like Pittsburgh, for instance. Eli Holston has been tearing shit up. I mean, Desmond Reed, they're running back up at Pitt. I did a, you know what I'm saying? He's had 155 receiving yards that game. He didn't have a lot of rushing yards in that game versus UNC. They were able to bottle him up that way, but when it came to passing the ball, they just have no answer to, you know what I'm saying, teams that's able to pass. And you can say that's the DBs. But I think they got a good defensive line up there at UNC. I do think those guys are good. I think they're just a run stopping team though. But I'm gonna go with Georgia Tech nonetheless,
and,
man.
and then another caveat. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina's defensive coordinator is the former head coach of Georgia Tech. So I mean, he may go out with a little bit more enthusiasm this week.
Yeah.
To try to get the guys to rally around. Like, hey, These people fired me, so let's go out here. I mean, I'm not the head coach, but if my defense can win today, that's a win in my book. But like you say, it's gonna be a strength on strength. Georgia Tech can throw the ball a little bit, but I think they can just attack it in so many ways. And then obviously one of their receivers, Christian Leary, he's opted to say he's gonna hop in the portal. So
Oh,
man,
what?
so that's another weird situation going on in college
I
football right now.
I'm
But
waking up a little bit. I'm waking up a little bit, Shad. My energy's starting to pick up now. You know what I mean? Like I'm waking up a little bit more. Like, man, you have no idea, bro. Mm-mm-mm. I have no idea, bro. I get it.
Texas and Oklahoma. Is Quinn Ewers back?
As Quinn Ewers back? That's a good question. Um, does it matter?
To me, it does.
Oh,
It,
okay.
it, it matters to me because um, again, if there's a defensive coordinator, there's a defensive minded person that can make a young quarterback uncomfortable. Is Brent Venables. We saw how again. I mean, hypo Sarkeesian in terms of just play calling, play design, all this stuff. They're similar. Obviously,
Right.
I think Sark is a little bit more creative because I don't think his offense is so dependent upon timing. Like I feel like Josh Heupel's offense is because again, I've said it before. If you do not get Tennessee off of their timing, you will not beat Tennessee. Simple as that. But if Quinn Ewers is not there, now obviously Texas has a good defense. They're
Mm-hmm.
playing well, but you need a game like this. You need to have a quarterback like Quinn Ewers playing the amount of time that he hasn't played all the time, but obviously stayed healthy all last year. Played against Oklahoma last year. Knows what Brent Venables wants to do. So trying to get a situation where you get a freshman quarterback up and ready to go against Brent Venables, where I know it's a freshman quarterback, well, redshirt freshman, should I say. There's some things that you watched us do on film up this season that we'll probably do different this game because we may feel like Arch Manning can't take advantage of some of the things. Now, obviously, Oklahoma has their own situation with the quarterback, so it's going to be interesting. But like I said, if Quinn Ewers is playing, then I like Texas. But if Quinn Ewers is not playing, then I feel like Oklahoma in a situation similar to what they were in against Tennessee, which I think Tennessee's defense is obviously one of the best in all of college football. So they've gone against a good defense, great defense, should I say. So they kind of know some of the weaknesses that they had and some of the things that they can improve on. But if Quinn Ewers is not playing, then I'm taking Oklahoma.
Okay. All
If
right.
Quinn Ewers
So
is playing, then I'm gonna take Texas.
okay. All
But
right. Let me
I
see.
mean, again, I've been out the loop, so I mean, I don't
He
really
should
know.
return. He sustained an oblique injury during the other win against UTSA. He missed the last two games. But on Monday, the head coach Steve Sarkisian said Urs returned to practice last week during the Texas bye week. While he did not name Urs as the starter for the game outright, Sarkisian indicated Urs would be the starter. So, I mean, so we'll just do it like say it like this, bro. We'll just do it like this. This is how we'll do this game, right? And we'll say it just like that. We'll leave it blank because I like the way that you picked. And I don't know. And I should have had that information. I should have had that information handy. So you know what I mean? Same with me.
It's all good because it makes sense, right?
Right.
You know, get Arch Manning some playing time, right? Got a bye week coming up. Then we got Oklahoma after the bye, so we need Quinn Ewers as healthy as possible to get ready for that particular game. But again, it's not to say that Oklahoma still won't get no pressure, and whatever injury that he has, it
Right.
it re-aggravates itself or something like that. But I mean, like I said, if he plays, I like Texas. If he doesn't play, I like Oklahoma because I feel like they were right there against Tennessee, which Tennessee is just as good as Texas, in my opinion. You know.
Okay. Okay. I dig it. I dig it. So that's what we rolling with. right, that's what we roll with. All right, so I'm a so who you want me to put you bound for, man?
Just put me behind Oklahoma.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
all right.
put me beside
Bet.
Oklahoma.
Shad home away. I mean home. My fault. And then I'm going with Texas, obviously, in this game. You know, I'm going with Texas. So I gotta roll with Texas, dog. I think that Texas right now look like a true number one college football team to me in my eyes right now. And the research, and I've really been slacking on them, man, but it's like trying to cover all of college football, bro, and then picking teams to try to cover is like it's a lot, bro. It's a whole lot to try to lock in on three different teams and all of college football. I like to do the whole thing, man. I like to just cover teams as we go, as I go. You know what I mean? I hate to try to lock down on one squad. I really do. I don't enjoy doing that, trying to lock down on one team. I'm too ADD for that, bro. Like I'm too much. I can't. Like, I'm just too much for that. I wasn't the guy in class. I was always moving around, had to get up and sharpen my pencil and shit like 30 times and whatnot.
But you know what though? The interesting thing about that, I look at that like what you just said. Like obviously my thought process is different because obviously me watching three teams, I
Mm-hmm.
get to watch them play against different opponents every week, right? And luckily, I haven't had a situation where the teams have had a crossover game just yet, right? So obviously, watching Syracuse versus UNLV, UNLV prior to their other quarterback saying, "Look, I'm out of here," you know, their offense has changed. They now can throw the ball a lot better. So UNLV is a very interesting team where they're going to be able to make a push for, maybe one of those playoff spots, even though they did lose to Syracuse, but it wasn't like Syracuse ran them off the field. Like they still, they held their own. And obviously, watching, Michigan State play, they played the likes of Maryland, they played obviously Oregon, they played Ohio State. So it is giving me a chance to look at those teams. Obviously, Miami has played against Florida, they played against, Cal last week. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I've gotten to, look at other squads play. And to me, it's kind of been a situation where, like, okay, if I like the way they play, I may tune in to, one of their other games to kind of see if they're going to have that same type of, success or whatever. But like I said, watching the Syracuse UNLV game, UNLV is nice. Barry Odom has that's a nice squad out there. Barry
Yes.
Odom that's a nice squad out there. Really is. That
They
quarterback that they
ball.
got, they're gonna have to if he continues to play the way he's playing, they're gonna have to pay him to stay because he can do both. He can run and he can throw. So they're gonna do a lot. And seeing that they're one of their top receivers is a guy that transferred from the University of Texas. So again, that just goes to show you that these lower tier teams, they're getting top tier talent simply because maybe the guy just didn't fit in right there. They used to be in they're not used to maybe a situation where like I mess up this rep and boom, I'm out the game because it's a guy that's just as good as me that's gonna come in. He's not gonna mess up their rep. So it's a lot going on there, but that's the way I look at it.
I feel you,
Penn
bro.
State, USC, man.
Penn State and USC.
Let me ask
Hey,
you a
bro, hold
question.
up, but hold that thought, bro, because you was just talking about UNLV, and I'm listening, and I was listening, bro. I got a lot going on in the background, but I was listening though, and bro, they're scoring like they're averaging damn near 50 points a game, bro.
Yeah, he putting it up out there.
They're putting it
Salute,
up.
salute, salute to the offensive coordinator they got. My man,
Yes.
straight out of '80s gold chain, unbuttoned at the top. I don't know who that brother
Straight
is,
up,
but
bro.
he
Straight
he
up.
putting he putting in the work out there. He
Yeah,
diving it up
yeah.
out there.
Yeah, they is, bro. They are, man. Yes, they are. And Penn State USC, obviously, y'all know who I'm going with in this game, right? You know I'm going to go with Penn State. And Penn State traveling over there, they talking about James Franklin. I heard people say James Franklin was complaining about going over to USC and blah 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 and whatever. And people think that SC is going to bounce back because Penn State haven't played anybody. Now, the thing that I got with Penn State, obviously, I've been following this team and looking at this team. This team defensively is as tough as anybody in the Big Ten. I think they match up well defensively with any up with all the Big Ten top teams. And I'm talking, yes, Ohio State. I think they match up well with Oregon also defensively on the defensive side of the ball. But when it comes to the offense side of the ball, Drew Aller he is the guy that for that offense. He means so much to that offense because if he takes care of the ball, Penn State only goes as far as Drew Aller takes them. He is weakest the weakest link, right? And what I mean by that, I'm saying this in a sense of, you remember that saying where they say you're only as strong as your weakest link, and he like the team is only as strong as Drew Aller is going to take them, bro. Like if he takes care of the ball, Penn State is going to be very successful. If Drew Aller cannot make plays, and they got some receivers up there, they got veteran guys up there. If Drew Aller can make those throws that he needs to make in these games, then yes, Penn State, they will be a force to reckon with. You know what I mean? Winning 10 games every season, but not being able to beat the Ohio State and the Michigan, dog. They gotta start out, come out and win a big game, shut everybody up, and keep it moving. So yes, I got Penn State in this game, man, versus USC, man. I'm not switching my pick from this game at all. Yes, I'm going Penn State over SC, bro.
You
Period.
know, last week when we did this USC game, I admit it. I said, well, USC is going to bounce back. They're not, the situation that occurred. They're going to play better, and they go out there and they lose.
Mm-hmm.
So the LSU game, in my opinion, looking back on it now, I think enough time has passed for us to look back on it now and say, all right, well, not the USC game, the LSU game. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
The LSU game gave them a sense of, okay, well, they can play with the better teams, like an evenly talented team, right? So maybe
Right.
USC is going to be better than what many pundits predict them to be. But then you literally piss down your leg against Michigan. And so now it's like, now you're going back
And then
to play a
Minnesota.
team. Obviously, Penn State's coming out there to play. So I don't really know what to make of it. You got the situation, Barry Alexander. Hey, I'm going to the portal.
Yeah.
Obviously they got a new defensive coordinator, so he's kind of paying dividends here. So I don't really know. They say defense travels.
Yeah.
They say that. So I expect Penn State defense to travel. I watched a little bit of Penn State game last week because I had Drew Aller in on one of my fantasy teams. Really
Yeah.
didn't give me too many points. Kind of disappointed, but I may be wrong for doing this. But I've picked against Penn State quite a few times this season. I did, you know. But I'm about to go with the Trojans. I'm about to go with the Trojans.
Hey, look, I ain't mad at you, man. I'm not mad at you because the thing is, you they need to pass the ball, and they pass a little too much. Miller Moss is that guy for SC, and Penn State's defense, that I don't know. They're gonna have a field day. Miller Moss has to beat teams. He does it a lot, and that's what they heavily rely on is their receivers. They don't have a consistent run game at SC. If their run game is consistent today and they're able to run the ball, then yes, they do beat Penn State. And I know that's simple. You could say that same thing for a lot of teams, and you could use that same scenario with a lot of different teams in football, period. But I don't think that it gets done versus Penn State. I think you know what I mean. I'm just rolling with Penn State this game, but I ain't mad at you for that Trojan pick.
I
I
mean,
think
I mean,
that's a
I,
good
I,
pick.
I can see that though. I mean,
I
like
think
I said, I mean, it's to me it's kind of a toss up situation to me because like on one
mhm.
hand, like I said, USC pitched down the leg against Michigan. They had the game won, but couldn't stop the run. Penn State's running the ball better this year than they have, in the past. Obviously, defense. Drew Aller's playing a lot better. So, I mean, when you look at it from an overall perspective, I do think that Penn State is the better team, but I do think that them traveling over to SC, I do think that may have a little bit of an effect on Penn State. I do think that, honestly.
Yeah,
But like I said, I don't think the teams are so, how can I say it? I don't think the talent level is so different that I would go and say that them traveling across there is going to be a big dividend. But in a game like that where it's evenly matched, any type of little advantage that you can get, I think you can get it. You know what I mean? So they got to be ready. Got the matchup on the outside. A lot of stuff like that. Like I said, they already played Michigan, so they played a good defense and they've moved the ball against a good defense. So you know what I mean? So yeah.
Word, word, word. Hey, yo, appreciate everybody tuning in out there, man. Make sure, man, y'all hit that like button for your boy, man. And make sure that y'all subscribe to Shad's channel, Shad. That's Shad1419. That's my co-host right there, man. Hey, we've been rocking out since day one, man. That's my A1 day one, my brother from another mother. You heard me for sure, man. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure if I went down there to Mississippi, I would have a very good time down there, and he would make sure of that. I think so. I'm banking on that. I'm willing to put anything on that. Very good guy here, man. That's rolling with us. Yes, sir. So you went with Cal, Shad?
Hell no, I ain't gonna doggone care. After the foolishness that they displayed last week, man, them jokers shouldn't be favored or nobody should pick them the rest of the season. You had Miami down big. And
Big, big.
we just walked you on back on down.
Man, like
Just walk you on down.
did
You
you
know what I'm
did you get
saying? You just, I'm gonna pop it. I'm gonna pop it. We are so talented that we will spot a team 4 touchdowns just to make it interesting. Had to make the game again.
As a fact.
It is what they call it, Pac-12 after dark. Even though it in the ACC, it's still y'all still Pac-12. We gotta make it interesting. People were tuned in. Oh man, Miami's going down. Some of these so-called diehard Miami fans. Oh, I turned the channel.
Yeah.
Y'all fugazi. Y'all are
Yeah.
front runners. Y'all are
Yeah.
not real fans. Y'all are
Right.
bandwagon. Y'all
Right.
just want to be a part of something because it was popping. But when some adversity strike, y'all go back into y'all natural shelter. Trucking, I wanted to say this. I don't mean to take over the show because I
Nah,
did my show this week.
this
But it
is
was
what's yours and it is mine, brother.
it was something that I wanted to say, right? It was something I wanted to say. Shout out to all the Miami fans who are gonna watch this replay. Make sure you pay attention to the whole show, but really tune into this because I'm talking to a certain segment. It's instances where individuals will ask me, bro, you watch college football? Like, yeah, sure. Yeah, I love college football. Who's your team? I say Miami. And so the first response that I get 95% of the time, oh yeah, man, I used to like Miami back in the day, man. And when they had such and such Willis, Ray, Ed, all this stuff like that, right? So me being me, I'm not really concerned about asking why you're no longer a Miami fan because I already know. You're not front running no more. We're not at the top of college football. So you're the type of person that you don't want to sit in the paint and watch a team lose every week because it's like you don't feel invested in it. And when individuals said they turned the channel, I said y'all turned the channel. What y'all turned the channel for? Y'all gave up? Because again, true story, and then we're gonna get back to this because Cal garbage, but silly. But it was a couple years ago. Matter of fact, it was 2012, right?
Yeah.
I'm watching Miami play Georgia Tech. They in Georgia Tech. They in the 8. Georgia Tech got us down big. I remember my cousin coming by the house. We watching the game, and cuz say, "Man, Shad, come on, man, let's go, man. It's over with. Miami ain't gonna win this game." I said, "Nah, bro, this the squad, man. We not laying down."
Right.
And guess what happened, Truckee?
Y'all came back.
Came back and beat them people in overtime. So I'm that type of fan. I wanna because again, if my team is as good as I say my team is, and again, like I say, I don't usually, like I say, I try to be non-biased as possible, right? But I'm gonna pop it today. Simply because if these individuals that turned the channel, y'all are the main ones that saying we're so good. So if you feel that we're so good, why do you feel like a deficit like that was something that was going to be sustainable when y'all say we got the Heisman Trophy quarterback, we got the best offensive line, we got the best receiving core, we got all this? So why do y'all feel like the offense is going to be shut down the entire game? Y'all turn the channel. Y'all look,
Mm-hmm.
y'all look what's wrong with the Miami Hurricane fan base.
That's a fact.
Y'all don't pop it. Y'all can check my tweets. I'm tweeting throughout the entire game. I knew when the fourth quarter hit. I said, you know what? I can see the way Cal is playing. They playing like Virginia Tech now. They starting to make mistakes. They not still as aggressive. And I'm like, that's the last thing y'all need to do with us because we've been here. We were just there last week. And we
That's
just
right. It was walking them down.
yeah,
Let's go. Just walking them down, bruh. Walk there.
you know. But with
Yeah,
that being
yeah,
said,
yeah.
man, Eli hosting last week in the fantasy.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was I was playing against, but they had Eli at quarterback. And my man had what, like accounted for 4 touchdowns last week.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, but I'm not gonna completely crap on Cal because they got solid defense. I can't remember the white guy name that they got, the linebacker. Like, yeah, my man should be an All-American. Like he really liked it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um the quarterback that they got, he's pretty solid. You know what I mean? So I mean they got a solid team, but I mean Pitt is just I mean they balling right now. I mean, again, like I say, this is what I love to see. A coach that has some talent that's comparable. Let them get the talent on the field and let the X's and O's take over because you know what I'm saying? They're gonna develop the guys. The guys are already straight. It's like, all right, boom, you already good, but let me fill in these gaps for you. You know what I'm saying? Let me fill in these gaps. And Pitt, again, a team that has taken some, this is what they kind of do. Every 3 to 4 years, this very well could be that 20 what year was it?
What?
Whatever year where they had Kenny Pickett his last year. This could very
Oh,
well
okay.
be that. This could very well be another year like that where they play really, really good football. So they don't play us this year. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting to see how I go. But nah, Cal, like, nah, ain't nobody picking you out the rest of the year.
Bro.
Like
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
emotionally, like for real. Cause going back to the little Giants, I can't remember the ratio, but it was like football is 20% physical, 100 some odd percent mental. Like mentally, y'all let a team walk y'all down 35 points, right? And then y'all have to travel from Cal to Pittsburgh, and it's what you say, trucking, 40 some degrees
It's because it's getting cold out here, bro. It might warm up
against a
today.
team that's hot.
Yeah.
Man, y'all might lay down today, man.
Yeah. It's
Pitt might
58.
embarrass y'all today.
It's sunny and 58 degrees up this way right now. So it's probably about 60. About kickoff. It should be about it's a little breezy out there. You know
What's
what I
the
mean?
what's
Perfect football weather for that.
what's the spread? What's the spread? What the spread is?
On this game,
Yeah,
I think it was like at like 7. I could check. I'll
7.
double check it though. I
Man,
think it was last time I checked the joint, it was like at 7, bro. So I'm gonna check it right now though.
I got Pitt. I got Pitt by 17.
Pitt by 17.
Pitt by
Jeez, man. You
17.
giving a Pitt and like this has not so the season like this, Pitt ain't started off 5-0 since 1991, bro. That's the last time they started off like this, bro. And then in 1991, they started off, they won all 5 of their games. I don't know if you got the chance. I did make a little 3-minute video upon this, but then they had then they wound up losing their next 4 in a row. We got Cal, I think Syracuse, and Cal, Syracuse, SMU, and then Virginia.
Ooh.
That's the next 4 games for Pitt. So
Yeah,
it's going to be tough. And I said,
Syracuse and SMU back to back. It's
if
gonna be
they can
tough.
make it through this,
It's gonna
if
be a
they
tough
can make
out.
it through the next 4 games, in my opinion, if they can make it through the next 4 games, 2-2, they could split them either way. I don't care who it is. They could split these next 2-2. I think you got to put them up there at one of them like touching that top tier, that ACC, bro. I think you got to. I mean, 2 losses. You look around at the other teams. I mean, they damn near losing they damn cool. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Pitt, man. I gotta go with Pitt. They're on the roll right now. They are surprising me. I know they're surprising a lot of y'all out there. I don't think nobody out there had Pitt doing what they're doing right now. If you say you do, I don't know. I must say I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe that. Yo, Louisville going to the West, going to Virginia to take on the Cavaliers, man. This is like, y'all might not be thinking that this game right here is supposed to be a game, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a game. It definitely is because Louisville is 3-2 overall. They 1-1 in the ACC. Virginia is 4-1. They're 2-0 in the ACC. Virginia has been absolutely balling. Louisville got to go up there. Louisville got exposed already. People know how to play them. Virginia has everything to beat Louisville. They have everything to beat Louisville, everything in their arsenal. And I think it's going to be a good, close game. Um, Virginia, I still didn't get to check them out, man, and I'm mad at myself for that. But I got so much going on in the background, ladies and gentlemen, that you couldn't even imagine. So, with that being said, and just short going, man, I'm going with Virginia, man. I'm going with the Cavaliers, man, over the Cardinals, man. I am, man. I'm going at the end. And by the way, with the points, I don't know what the points is, but I'm definitely going with the Cavaliers over the Cardinals right now, man. I don't know. I think they're hot. They got their little mid-season stride going on right now. They trying to accomplish something, man. I'm going with the home to enter at home too, and that means something in college, bro.
Yeah. You know, I picked Louisville twice this year. Been burned. Notre Dame and SMU. Been burned. But I gotta say, I mean, I like Louisville so much. I really do. I like the freshman back that they got, Isaac Brown. Gonna be a It's gonna be a problem if if Louisville is able to keep him, because I know he's gonna have some suitors in the portals. But
Yeah,
Louisville got some bread. Ja'Cory Brooks, big time transfer portal pickup. Tyler Sock, the quarterback,
for sure.
big time pickup. So I'm gonna roll with the Cardinals, man. Like I said, I
All
think they're a
right,
little bit more battle tested. You know what I mean? And I think they're gonna bounce back from last week. So I'm
all
just
right,
picking the Cards. And,
all right.
and with you, same thing with you. I mean, just like you said, I haven't watched Virginia play. I watched Louisville
Yeah,
play, so I'm kind of picking this from a one sided lens. I really am. But I mean, I like what Louisville's done, right? And like I said, they played against Notre Dame. They played against SMU already, so they played against two, really tough teams. And like I said, you have a long day trying to contain that offense. You really are. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I like that.
all right.
You already
Yo,
know
this
where I'm
is the
going.
game of the week.
You
This is
already know
the
where I'm
game
going.
of
Just going
the
to put me down there
week.
already.
It is. Oh, it is proof time. It's proof. They got to prove themselves. See, or these both of these teams got to prove themselves. Like this was bound to happen. They both got to show everybody out there. Everybody say, "Well, Ohio State's been getting off the slow starts in the first half." Actually seen this happen. Teams being able to kind of hang in there with them in the first quarter of games. They getting off the slow starts. Ohio State cannot afford to get off on a slow start versus this Oregon team. I don't care what nobody say. I think Oregon has been prepping themselves for this game so far. Why they've been playing these close games, low scoring games, or however y'all want to put it. Oregon not putting up the points and blowing out teams. I think this is going to be a very good game. A lot of people are taking Oregon for the win, right? But I got Ohio State winning the Big Ten, and I think that starts today. But I think Oregon proves and shows all of us it's going to be tough for Ohio State to pull it off at Oregon, man. But I gotta go with the bread, dog, and I'm going with the Buckeyes. Let's go, Buckeyes. Let's go. I got it. I got the Buckeyes today, dog. I got it, bro. Gotta go with them, bro. Got to. And I already
You
know
know
you.
that. Yeah, there's the thing about this, right? Michigan State played Ohio State and Oregon in back-to-back weeks, right? So I've got a chance. This was my first time watching Ohio State play when they played Michigan State. But like I said, I've obviously watched Oregon play a couple of times, right? And I still have my concerns about. I don't think they're playing to their potential. Even the game that they played last week, against Michigan State, I watched them play against Michigan State. I don't think their performance. I still think there was a lot to be done.
Right.
Dylan Gabriel threw 2 interceptions in that game, but Jordan James had a career game, over 150 yards rushing. Got all the receivers pretty much involved, Tez, Trayshawn, and Evan Stewart, so got all the receivers involved. Defense played a little bit better. But I will say, and again, this may be coming from a biased standpoint because, like I said, I'm rocking with the Ducks. But I felt like that Oregon was able to control or handle Michigan State better than Ohio State did. Because if you go back and watch the Ohio State game versus Michigan State, similar, and they did the same thing as Oregon. They fumbled the ball right there at the 10-yard line. They did that. Michigan State did it against Oregon and Ohio State. But the thing about the Ohio State game, Michigan was able to drive the ball a little bit better against Ohio State than they did against Oregon. Right now, again, that may be something, that may be nothing. You know what I mean? Because again, Michigan State does play Ohio State, so you have to think about the aspect of, this is a Big Ten conference game that we played a few times, so we kind of already know, kind of where some of the weaknesses and some of the things that we can exploit. We know where those particular things are already. But the thing of it is, Oregon, they're going to have to. They got Muhammad over there, and Muhammad, this is probably going to be your biggest test since Texas. In terms of, and probably it's a bigger test than that. Even though I know that you went against the lot. I mean, again, you went against a first round wide receiver last year in practice. What's the brother's name escapes my mind. He played for the Bears. What's his name?
Caleb.
No,
Caleb Williams.
the receiver.
Roma Duze.
Roma Dunze. So you practice against Roma Dunze. You practiced against Jalen Pope. You done all that last year, but that ain't Jeremiah Smith though. And again, you getting work in practice right now against Evan Stewart, Trayshawn Holden, and Tez Johnson. But I don't think that's Jeremiah Smith though. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting to see how they match up against against the freshmen. Will Howard has played solid. You know what I mean? To be honest, I don't think going into the season you would think that Oregon has the quarterback advantage, but Dylan Gabriel he doesn't look as crisp. He hasn't looked as sharp as he did, at Oklahoma. So I don't know if that's just getting more comfortable with the offense or whatever the situation may be. But I think it's a 50-50 game. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. But I'm like I said, I'm rolling with the Ducks. I do think this is a game where they may step up the competition, right? You know what I'm saying? So in Ohio State, they have to match that. They got to get the run game going, things like that. And like I said, I'm just kind of looking at it from how both teams played against Michigan State. I think Oregon did a much better job against Michigan State than Ohio State did in terms of, those particular things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a roll with Oregon.
All right. I ain't mad at you. I like that pick, bro. I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. All right. So, and I got the other games pulled up over there on the screen. This next one, Ole Miss. The Rebels are going down to Baton Rouge to take on the LSU Tigers. This game right here. I mean, look, LSU. People think that they're saying that this might be a fluke one. Look, I like what Ole Miss is doing, but you know what? Them faking them penalty, getting hurt for the for the timeouts or whatever. I think that's a new strategy, and I think that's been used a lot in college football. And I think it's a strategy. They might have to do something about that little rule, but that's besides the point. Right now, I think that Ole Miss has the chance to really prove themselves that they can beat LSU. I don't think it's been done in a while. I got them winning the SEC. I think that they can. I'm not down on Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart is the best quarterback in the SEC. Be honest, I do think that he is, and I don't think really nobody can fuck with Jackson Dart. I think they had a bad game versus Kentucky versus a good Kentucky team. I think Kentucky's good. I don't think Kentucky is a bad team. But in this game, man, I'm going with Ole Miss, man. I'm gonna just get straight to the point, man. I'm going with Ole Miss in this game, dog. That's what I'm rocking with, man. On the away team. So let's go.
Man, like I said, I watched Ole Miss play the first time last week because obviously I picked, South Carolina to pull off the upset. Was embarrassed, but I'm about to go with the Tigers, man. I think Jared Nussmeier is playing good. Kyron Lacey, they're good. Defense is not there, but I do think this is gonna be a game where neither defense is really, to me, I don't think neither defense is really gonna have an advantage. I mean, this is gonna come down to who has the better offense. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it from that particular standpoint. even looking at the South Carolina game versus Ole Miss, to me, it really came down to the lack of just South Carolina really having, a quarterback. I think the defense played well, but even though South Carolina defense better than LSU, at least from a performance standpoint, but I do think that LSU got the offense to match up with Ole Miss, right? So
Okay.
I think it's gonna be an offense. I think it's gonna be an offensive game, and obviously Brian Kelly. You know, this is the type of game where Lane Kiffin. I love Lane Kiffin, but these are the type of games that Lane Kiffin has to show me that he can win these games. Because
Yeah.
usually when he walks into these games
Mhm.
against you know a better coach in many
Mhm.
aspects, you know what I'm saying? He kind of to me kind of tenses up a little bit. You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
why I went with them, Shad. I think that's why I went with part of the reason why what you speaking on right now, bro, is exactly why I think that I'm going with them in this game. Is because I know I feel like he has to do that too. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
I agree.
and then you're going down to the you're going down to going down to Death Valley. So it's always a tough fight to go down there and beat LSU at the crib. So like I said, I'm gonna go with LSU. Like I said, I like Brian Kelly. I like Lane Kiffin too, but you know what I'm saying. And like I said, some of these
We
picks,
supposed to
man, it's
stay at the
like
crib,
I got
dog.
I got I
We
got
supposed to
players
be
on my
doing.
fantasy. I
You
got
supposed
players
to
on
be
my
doing.
fantasy.
Okay, all right, all
So
right.
so
It's about the
so so
bread.
so I need
Yeah,
Kyron Lacey to play great today. And if he play great, I mean LSU don't win the game. You know what I'm saying? So
you
I
supposed
I,
to
I
stay at
need
the
them
crib.
points,
You
man.
supposed to stay at the crib though. You
It's
supposed to
bread.
stay at the crib. You know that. You supposed to go with the crib, dog.
I can't do that.
You supposed to go with Miss Man.
If I had
My
a, if
man
I had a,
said,
if I had a, if I had a Ole Miss player on my fantasy, you know what I'm
"Yeah, I
saying?
don't give
Then
a damn.
I
I
mean,
don't
he's
give a
probably right.
damn."
I mean, I wouldn't deny that. I wouldn't deny that they're the better overall team. I wouldn't deny that. But the thing about it is, watching this season go by, the better overall team ain't the team that's supposed to win the game.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, Vanderbilt wasn't a better overall team against Alabama.
So who we going with? So this in this game right
Man,
here, bro. In
I
this
got fantasy players.
Kansas State
Kansas State.
and Carter going to Cup to Colorado, Folsom Field, playing a late game today. They're getting it on. Let me check the time real quick because this I got all the games pulled up. I gotta scroll down to the bottom and check this time. They are playing at 10:15. Damn, that's a late game, dog. That is a late game. Um, but hey, this game got huge implications, man. I mean, look, Colorado already proved you took them to over UCF. You've been
I
rocking
did.
out with
I
Colorado.
did.
Um, I've been picking against them. And I've been wrong. I ain't gonna lie, I've been wrong. That defense over at K State is that defensive line is good enough. I think we gotta see what that offensive line is going to do for Colorado. I think it's up to them. I think this game is won in the trenches today. You know what I mean? This game is won in the trenches, dog. That's where this game starts at. If they can hold up against that Kansas State defensive line, I think they'll be all right. Because Shad, bro, I think see K-State, they want to run the ball with Giddens. They want to get Giddens going, they want to get Avery Johnson going. Those two are they gotta account for Avery in the run game, and they want to get Giddens going in the run game. And Colorado's run defense is the best in the Big 12 right now. They showed toughness against UCF. They showed me that. So they possibly can shut down that run of K State, right? I just think that K State is a different animal than what Colorado has seen so far, man. Um, and for some reason, bro, and I've been picking it every time, and this is weird. This is weird. I'm about to say. I know it ain't gonna make sense to a lot of people, but people be like, "Damn, you gotta take that back. You can't say shit like that, trucking, blah blah blah." But it is what it is, and that's how I've been. Every time I pick against them, they win. Every time I pick them, they wind up. So, but look, my picks could change throughout the week, right? My picks could change, man. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and go. Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to go with nah. got K-State, bro.
I mean, we had this, had this discussion. I don't was it last week? Maybe earlier this week. Time run by. Had a discussion about comparing the run games versus UCF versus K State. And again, like I said, it's one thing to talk about a run game when that's all you have. It's a completely different element when you have a run game and your quarterback can throw the ball as well. So you just can't just stack the box to stop that, right? And so, like I said, my game plan last week for Colorado was, look, y'all love running man to man, run man to man this week. Put everybody in the box, stop the run game, and they did that very well. But I think this right here, like you said, is a different animal because again, Avery Johnson is a better quarterback than what UCF had. Obviously, UCF did suffer. I'm not UCF, but K State did suffer a loss. But again, them coming out and doing what they did to Arizona a couple of weeks ago, just completely shutting out a very prolific offense. I do think that was very, very impressive. It really was. So again, like I said, Colorado, good. Again, you have an advantage. You're coming off of a bye week, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you had a little bit more time to kind of watch what K State's doing and stuff like that. But I just think that K State from a to me, this is one of them situations where continuity comes in to play, right? Where continuity comes in to play. A team with a little bit more continuity than another team. But but if Colorado were to, to pull it off, I wouldn't be just surprised. But
Right.
as it sits right now, I
Yeah.
just think that K State is better, and K State is one of those top tier Big 12 teams this particular year. And I think that somewhat of a false sense of achievement had been given to UCF simply because it's UCF. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like this. This ain't the old UCF. You know what I'm saying? So so like I said, I'm rolling with K State because I think again they're a better overall team.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, that doesn't mean anything. But I do think them being a better overall team, and I think they're probably the better coach team as well too.
I
You know
think
what I'm
look and look, I don't give a damn. They wasn't a dog fight with
saying?
K State. They got smashed by BYU, but this is college football nowadays. Like this is what college football is today. Um, you gonna see teams lose to teams big and then come out the next week and beat the dog shit out of somebody else. They lost to BYU big, right? I'm sure around the time BYU played Kansas State, had that been Oklahoma State versus BYU, who do we take in that game, Shad? In week 3, BYU versus Oklahoma State.
But we took Oklahoma State.
For sure. For sure. You know what I'm saying? So, like that's what I'm saying. Like, this is what college football is right now, man. And I don't think you can I don't think you could do that. But he said, my man Solid Gold said, he said, Trucking, I'm gonna be real. The score is going to be 43-24. See you. Wow. Wow. Hey, it got the potential to get in that to be that way. It really do. It really does, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like if things go a certain way, you know what I'm saying? He said after watching that Utah game last night, y'all can't be saying that because what all season analysts have been picking Utah to win a Big 12 in the first year. I haven't. I haven't picked Utah. I didn't pick Utah to win a Big 12.
What is he saying? What is he
I
talking
don't.
about?
I don't understand what he's saying either. Like after watching the Utah game last night, I can't be saying that. What did this? What did that mean?
What
What
does
did
that
this
mean?
mean? Because I still think Utah might be able to go in, beat a couple of teams on their schedule. You know what I'm saying? Just because I think Arizona State might be a well put together program. The transfer portal has changed teams. Transfer portal has changed teams, and if teams went in the transfer portal and did that the correct way, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying there. I don't give a damn. Be more, you know what I'm saying? Explain that a little bit better because in my eyes, I think that Iowa State would win the Big 12. I picked Iowa State to win the Big 12, and that was before the season started. That was before the first game and everything. I went with Iowa State to win the Big 12. He said Utah has been the favorite to win the Big 12, and they lost to Arizona State. Don't sleep on CU. I'm not sleeping on CU. I'm not sleeping on CU.
What do they got
Not
to
not
do
at
with?
all.
What do
Who's
they got to
sleeping
do
on
with
CU?
Colorado?
You know what I mean?
What do Utah losing got to do with Colorado?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. But what does that mean?
What
That
is it?
means that I'm not sleeping on
I mean,
CU at
again,
all.
they lost one
I know what
game.
CU can do. I think it's pretty simple on the recipe and on how if you want to beat Colorado, you have to null and void the run, and you have to get to Shador Sanders. If you cannot get to Shador Sanders, you will not beat Colorado. That will not. It just you just won't. It won't happen. And that right side of the offensive line for Colorado has been it's been shaky. It's been shaky, bro. Like who's going to be at right tackle this week? Who like we seeing a good communication with the offensive line versus UCF. UCF not being able to get to the quarterback all season, no pressures, no anything that played into CU's favor, right? You know what I mean? I thought that they would be able to get to Shador because I thought the offensive line was that bad, but the offensive line has proven me wrong, and they showed me that they are better than what I personally thought they were. But when you're playing a team like K State and the other teams that they got playing, they're going against some good defensive lines, and this offensive line will be tested. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't sleeping on CU though, man. I ain't sleeping on them, but I do know if they can get through today without giving up them damn sacks and not turning the ball over, then I think they got a legitimate ass chance to try to run the table. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not saying he said, bruh, Tulane quarterback put up 300 yards. Don't tell me Shador can't do that.
Again, I mean, why? We can't just keep doing this, man. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like it goes back to the Vanderbilt versus Alabama thing. It's like, okay, you have a game,
Yeah. You're
but
gonna
it's
see
but
this
it's
every week, bro. Every week,
but
bro.
but I'm just saying though, but it'd be different if you could say, all right, well, boom, every quarterback that K State has played has put up this many yards. Like no one's gonna say the Tulane quarterback is better than North Fafita. No one's gonna
Right.
say that. But what did
And then
North Fafita do? So North Fafita and Shador Sanders are probably equally looked at as the same. But again,
probably.
like I say, I'm not gonna look at and say, oh well, look what they did to Arizona and say, okay, well, that's what they're gonna do to CU. I'm just looking at it from a comparison
Could you say
standpoint. It's like, it is. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I mean, hell, Cal scored over 30 some points against Miami.
mm-hmm.
So, am I supposed to say that? Oh, well, I'm supposed to look at Cal differently now because y'all did that, even though y'all lost, y'all didn't even score double digits against Florida State. I mean, that's
Is it one of those things where is it so could you say Tulane threw for 300 yards or the freshman quarterback threw for 300 yards on this Kansas State defense and Shador got sacked 8 times versus Baylor and everybody keeps saying Baylor's a good team but they're not. Obviously, David Randall's going out the door, but that defense was able to get 7, 8 sacks on Shador, right, and take them to overtime. Damn, near beat them for real, for real. But that it didn't happen. They wound up winning the game in overtime. Very bad
what I'm
program.
saying.
Like
So
eight
it's
sacks.
like,
So everybody could get 8 sacks on them.
yeah. I mean, it's like, man, stuff is different, man. Like I said, yeah, David Randy got it. Kirk Signetti to Baylor. It's gonna happen. Kirk Signetti, Mister, I'm looking to embarrass you.
Man, that shit. He said I had Cal winning against Miami. That's what he said. Just saying, State team in 2024 struggles on the road with a young quarterback. That's all I'm saying. No, young quarterbacks have been beat. They have beat CU last year. They played a couple of young quarterbacks and struggled, almost lost.
I
What is
mean,
it?
again, Chuck it.
Nikolai Pelosi wasn't he? Damn near he was a freshman last year when they played Colorado State. That defense, they played them. Who else was a freshman? Noah Favita, damn near Noah Favita. Who else was? There was a couple more freshmen that they. I think Utah's quarterback was too. I think right.
They
There's a
played
couple.
Arizona State last year, right? Their quarterback was a freshman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like so. there's like, so that doesn't mean anything. Like Avery Johnson got to take care of the ball, and they got to account for him in the run game. It's gonna be a good game to battle out. I think it's a good game, but I just don't. I don't think. See, I see you. They proven me wrong last week. Will they prove me wrong again this week? I have no problem with coming out
I
and
mean, I
saying
mean,
if
I
they
mean,
do.
chug it. What would it sound like if I said, all right, Nebraska plays the same. I mean, K State plays the same way Nebraska plays, same strengths, same weaknesses, and look what they did to CU. Now what would I look like if I came out and said that? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm at least trying to make an argument, like, okay, this is this and this is that. But I
That's
could have
perfect.
easily just when you brought this game up, oh, K State plays just like Nebraska, K State, and left it at that. If we want to play the, if we want to play the, you know, the triangle game where this team
Yeah,
did this, so that means they can do
yeah.
this, and it's like, nah, man, don't work like that. Especially
Their
this year, don't.
schemes, man. That the way that offense rolls, man. They got an offensive lineman that is part of the, like, he's a co-offensive coordinator over there. I got his name, right? Let me see, man, because I be on my notes and shit. His name is what is his name? Connor Riley. What is one of their offensive coordinators over there? He's also offensive line coach. That goes to show. I don't know, to football heads out there, y'all know what that mean, right? Y'all, I don't have to go into breaking that down. Y'all know exactly what that mean, football heads. You have a offensive coordinator who was of offensive alignment. So blocking schemes is there. Like, and they're gonna see some different shit today. And they definitely gonna see some different shit today. That's for sure. And they gotta answer the call. It's gonna be a damn good game. They scheme everything open. And Giddens is a full grown ass man. He's not. I'm not sorry to say this, but he's different. He's not a RJ. He's not RJ Harvey. RJ Harvey and him. Giddens is different, bro. He's big, fast, strong, beat you up, punishing type running back. Um, different. It's gonna be a good game, man. It's gonna be a good battle. See, you're gonna be able to put their points up through the air. I think so, because you just can't. They're damn near unguardable. They should be. They should be. You know what I'm saying? I can draw up. I'm sure what there's at least 30 people watching this right now, and fucking me and Shad and everybody else can probably sit down and draw up a couple scissor routes that can scheme them down receivers open. All you got to do is get the ball in those receivers' hands for Colorado and let them make a play for real, for real. I mean,
Yeah,
damn. I mean, LeJounte, Horn, Shepard, Marion
Savage.
Miller. Who do they, they got some guys out there, man. You know what I mean? They put their work in, man. We're gonna see what's up today, though, man. We're gonna see what's up. We're gonna see what's up today. After today, at 10 o'clock, we'll see. We'll see if that's right or wrong. But some other games though, man, because I know y'all love Colorado, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, Shad. Ayo, bro. Every time I'm talking about CU, bro, the shit goes way out, bro. I'm talking about it goes up, bro. People love hearing Chubby talk about Colorado, bro. They love it, bro. You either hate me or you love me talking about it. Some people they hate so much they watch me do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other hand, like they love to see you content from me. You know what I'm saying? I keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? I don't get on there and do what other people doing, even if they don't, but they love it though, Shad. But anyhow, let's talk about some of these other games real quick and get quick pick some of these other games. SC at Alabama, man. I got Alabama. I think they're going shut the world up, man, and they gotta blow SC the fuck out the water. What you think?
Yeah, taking Alabama. South Carolina quarterback situation, terrible.
Yeah, yeah. Georgia playing Mississippi State. They better beat the shit out of them, bro. That's why I ain't talk about the Georgia game. Um, Clemson and Wake Forest. I got Clemson in that game. That's another probably. That's a blowout. Missouri and UMass. That's another blowout. Both of those teams should definitely cover their 20 points that somebody's giving them in a damn respected game. If they can't, something is going wrong. And I don't know exactly what that is, but something going wrong if they can't cover in that damn game. I'm just keeping it a buck. So I'm sure you're going with the same teams. We already picked the nose in these three games there. Just for shits and giggles, man, we'll pick on all the teams, man, quick as we can. Ball State, Kent, man. I guess I'll go with Ball State in that game.
Mm, I'll take Kent State.
Okay, all right. Toledo and Buffalo. I'm going Toledo.
Mm, I'm gonna go with Toledo.
Okay. UAB and Army. Army is 5-0, 4-0 in American Athletic, man. I'm going with Army in that game, and I think they. I don't know. Do you think they covered the 27 points though?
I don't know, but
You don't know.
I know they ready for the what Trent Difford, the head coach down there. Yeah, they ready for Trent Difford to get up out of there. So yeah, I got on
Okay. Miami of Ohio and East Michigan.
Miami of Ohio.
You think they beat East Michigan today?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. All right. I ain't mad at you. Yeah, I'm going with East Michigan though, and that one. Um, we already picked these two, Texas, Oklahoma, and Penn State at SC. We picked those two games. Stanford at Notre Dame.
Man, it's an interesting game, man. Like I say, Stanford is an interesting team.
They
But
are.
I'm gonna go with Notre Dame. They got their one
Right.
loss out the way. They look a hell of a lot better than they did against Northern Illinois. So I think they locked back in. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
think
So
so too, man. I think so too, man. I do. I got Notre Dame also, man. Purdue and Illinois, man. Purdue and Illinois, man. Purdue has let me down. I thought they were doing a
taking
lot better with Huff.
Illinois,
Yeah, Illinois,
Illinois,
right?
taking the fight in the line now.
Y'all better go with Illinois in that game. Cincinnati and UCF.
You like Cincinnati, so I'm taking Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Yeah. I mean, look, bro. Because Corey Kiner, man, and I think he still might be out, but they got a nice run game going. Brent Sorsby has been playing a lot better than when he has been up at Indiana. I like what they're doing over there with Cincinnati and what they done with Sorsby. That quarterback coach over there has absolutely taken him and played a lot better with him. And that's the same difference going on over there with what's your boy's name that's over? Sam Levitt up at Arizona State. He looks like, bro. He just keep it a buck. Does he look like Sam Levitt that was at Michigan, bro? State.
I haven't watched the Arizona
Oh
State game.
yeah. Oh, you gotta watch that game. Watch the game, bro. And then you could just hit me up, bro. Whatever. But to me, Shad, he looked different, bro. And I think the same thing's going on with Sorsby over in Cincinnati. UCF, they gotta pull this one off, man. I think that running game, I think it might be a high scoring game, but I think UCF is able to pull it off at home, man. I think so, man. I think they're able to pull this one off at home. It might be a good game. Cincinnati win this game. I think Cincinnati. I think y'all better be on watch out for Cincinnati and how they perform in this UCF game. It's going to tell me a lot about them. They should be able to score on that defense. And my thing is, will that defense hold up versus that offense, because they did let some points up against Texas Tech, but Texas Tech also in that run game with Taj Brooks. Taj Brooks was able to go off, and UCF is like a similar team a little bit. They can't pass as good as Texas Tech was able to do against Cincinnati, but that run game is effective and it opens up a lot more for UCF. So I'll go with them at home versus Cincinnati today. I think it'll be a close game though, and Cincinnati may pull it off, may go the other way. San Jose State and Colorado State.
San Jose.
San Jose. Colorado State, I think this is their first Mountain West game. It looks like, um, or whatever. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Not technically, but they haven't. They was scheduled beforehand, or however that goes. The way the schedule is, but they at home versus San Jose State, and I think he might be healthy. Horton might be healthy now. Man, that defense though, it ain't holding up. And San Jose State is a fucking powerhouse. They are, man. They're good. And I like them in that game too, bro. San Diego State, Wyoming. I'm going with San Diego State, man, in that game.
Yeah.
And Georgia. I'm going with Georgia State also. I'm gonna go with Georgia State over Old Dominion. That's what I'm going with over them. I'll roll with damn Akron playing Western Michigan. I think I'm gonna go with Western Michigan in that game right there over Akron. Who you going with?
Yeah, I'm rocking with you.
Okay. NIU versus Bowling Green. I think that's a good one. And to be honest, I think it's a good one. Shit. Oh man. I think I'm gonna go with Bowling Green because they at home. They at home. I think I'm gonna go with Bowling Green in that game. Uh, Memphis and USF. I think I gotta go with Memphis, man. They gotta bounce back, bro. I got them winning the whole American Athletic Conference. Seth Hannigan, he got to get it together. They showed too good against the other teams outside of that conference, and I going with Memphis in that game. Arizona and BYU. You think BYU stays undefeated and takes down Arizona today at 4?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go against the grain. I think that's my upset game this week. I'm gonna pick that. I'm gonna pick that Arizona over BYU for an upset this week, y'all. That's my upset. Um, because this is what college football is, and I think we about to see today on how Brent Brennan um is able to do. He was the old head coach of San Diego State. He went over there to Arizona. I think he got them boys ready to play over at Arizona. I think they have bought in on that system. They know it's tough over there, but BYU, I think they're going to pose a different threat to BYU today, and I think they take them down, yo. And at BYU, I think they do it. I don't know. That's just me. Be wrong. That's my upset game. Ohio Bobcats and Central Michigan playing. Both got the same record. They both want to know in the MAC. I think this is another one of those good games, but I'm gonna go with Ohio because, to be honest, I don't know too much about Central Michigan. I know they had a decent quarterback over there, but Ohio, I think they got a running game back. That defense is decent, and that's what I'm going with because I've actually seen them put up a good game versus Syracuse. So I'm going with Ohio.
Yeah.
The Bobcats, I should say. I'm going with the Bobcats in that game. All right. Mississippi State and Georgia. You going with Georgia too? I know I am. Georgia, they got to put up some points. They cover the spread. What is it? 33 points. I think I think they cover that. I'm just saying. Louisiana Monroe and Southern Mississippi. Who you stand with the crib in that game?
Stay the crib. Yo.
You stand with the crib? All right. All right. I think I'm no. Louisiana Monroe's good. I'm going with them. Florida and Tennessee. That's a game that we did not pick today, bro. And that's a good one, bro. Shad, that's a good game. That is a good game, Shad. I think that's going to be a good one. I think Florida, the Gators, and Tennessee. Florida got the toughest schedule. If they're able to go in there and silent, but it's at Tennessee, that's the thing. Who you got, man?
Me, this is like I said. I'm always gonna say this. If you are able to get Nico off of his spot, you can handle Tennessee's offense. And again, I haven't watched Florida play since they played us. And one of the things that I kind of was impressed with them about is they were able to get Cam Ward off his spot, but obviously Cam Ward made them pay heavily. I don't think Nico is at that point yet. So I think this game is going to be a little bit closer than people expect. But I do think that Tennessee's defense is just going to be too much for Florida's offense. You know what I mean? But I do think it's going to be an interesting situation where Florida, they'll probably get Nico off his spot a little bit.
I'm going with the Gators.
I
I
mean, I
gotta go with the
don't. I
Gators.
mean,
Another upset for me,
I
bro.
don't listen. I don't disagree with you at all because, like I said, if Tennessee's offense could work off schedule,
Yeah,
then it's a no-brainer. But seeing as that the offense has to be on schedule for it to work, and again,
yeah,
like I say, Sampson, I mean, he's a load. Like we talk about the Big 12 running backs a lot, but the SEC, the conference of the running backs, for the past couple of years, they got some backs too. And Sampson is right there at the top. Him and Jackson from Arkansas, they right there at the top. You know,
all
of
right.
those SEC running backs, right? So I think he's going to be able to get his, and I think he's going to be able to take a little weight off of Nico because if they are in a situation where they have to depend on Nico to win this game, then I think Florida will be able to
I
get
just,
enough pressure to make it
I
interesting.
just want people to be so pissed and like, why is college football the product is bad? This and that. I hate the parody. I hate this. I just want to hear more of that. That's music to my ears. That means that's it's changing. And what we've been talking about during the offseason, Shad, is just really, really, really coming to light. Like in this 12-team playoff system, dead Florida, the Gators are absolutely not dead. They're going out there, they're gonna play them tough. And BYU and Arizona, that's another one. Um, Damn, I'm picking few. I like underdogs, but yeah, let's go. Come on, Gators. I think they give Tennessee a run. But I think look, I think I'm going for the Gators, and we're all and being serious though, on some real. I want to see how close the Gators really play Tennessee today. I think if they play them close, I think that we change our mind a little bit about what Gators and Billy Napier are doing. He got to save his job. But yeah, let's see if that happens today. That might be something to look out for. Air Force and New Mexico. Ooh, I don't even know who to pick in that one. New Mexico. I seen them play. Their quarterback is crazy. I seen Air Force play too, but I gotta go in New Mexico. The Lobos. Washington State playing Fresno.
I'm taking Washington
Ooh,
State. They quarterback is
yeah,
crazy.
I think so too.
They
Even
QB
though Fresno
is
got something good going on, but I seen them get smacked, and I thought they was. I think Washington State could take them down. Arkansas State and Texas State. Oh man, I think you picked Arkansas State last, like what was it, last week or something like that, and I when I had to check them out because I think I took who did I take over them, Shad? I can't remember who it was,
I
but
can't remember
anyhow,
who
I can't remember who they played either, but I don't know. It's gonna be a good game. I don't know on that game. It's a pick 'em, I guess. Whoever you like the best in that game, that's what I'll say on that one. I can't pick on that game. Um, North Texas and FAU. I guess I go with North Texas. I think they go ahead and they keep it rolling on FAU.
I'm gonna take FAU.
You gonna take FAU in that one?
Yeah.
All right. You UTSA and Rice. Who you got? I think I'm gonna take Rice. I
Man,
take Rice.
The battle of the Texas teams.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, I take Rice.
All right. Who you got in Oregon State and Nevada?
Man,
Yeah.
I'll probably take Oregon State.
Yeah. I mean, Nevada is a good team. I think but that possibly they possibly could be Oregon State, but Oregon State I think is a better all-around team. Appalachian State and the Raging Cajuns. I'm going with the Raging Cajuns, man. Appalachian State has been a letdown this season so far, man. They was even favored to win the Sun Belt, and they're not even performing. The transfer portal once again has proven to work for certain teams. The Raging Cajuns is who I'm going with. You agree with that pick, or are you going with Appalachian State?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cajuns.
All right. Um, Vanderbilt and Kentucky. That's another game that we ain't talked
Man,
about these next two or three. These next three games, actually, I didn't put up on the slab, but we could definitely talk these three games if you want to, bro. Um, Vanderbilt taking on Kentucky at Kentucky. Do you think Vanderbilt was a fluke against Alabama?
I mean, I mean, you score that many points to somebody. I don't think you're a fluke. And obviously, Kentucky has a win over Ole Miss, and they played Georgia down to the wire. So, I mean, this game right here, this may be the most intriguing game of the day, even over Ohio State versus Oregon.
Uh-huh.
Let me rephrase that. If you are a college football fan and not just a fan of a team, this has to be the second most intriguing game of the entire day because you have a team that nobody suspected would beat Alabama, and then you got a team that beat Ole Miss.
Right.
So I mean, I've watched, like I
Right.
said, I watched Vandy play. I watched them play the first game of the year they played against Virginia Tech. I was impressed with them in the first half, and Virginia Tech was able to was able to cut into the lead in the second half. But I was impressed by the quarterback, the running back that they had. They had a nice receiver. I can't remember his name. Like he was like eating up Virginia Tech. So like that's the only game I've watched them this particular year. But but the running, I mean, I like the running back so much. I picked him up on my fantasy team for like 2 weeks or something. He didn't really give me no points, so I let him go because I'm an active GM. You know what I'm saying? I'm active. But man,
You
I don't know
roll
because you
away.
got
Will you roll
two
away? Will
teams.
you roll away? Will you
You got two
roll
teams that are coming off of
away?
unprecedented wins. And it got to go down to which team. I mean, to me, it's gonna go down to which team you think had the most impressive win over a top tier team. Do you think
Yeah,
Kentucky's win over Ole Miss was more impressive, even though it came down to last minute situation, or do you think the Vanderbilt win was more impressive, where they were thoroughly dominant throughout the entirety of the game for the most part?
man.
So with that being said,
Yeah,
I don't have any fantasy players on either one of these teams,
yeah. We ain't got no dog in the fight.
but man, I'm gonna go with Kentucky.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I'm going with. I gotta go with Vandy, dog. I gotta go with Vandy. Um, number one to show Vandy for Kentucky in this game, right? They got to prove those. They beat Ole Miss, right? But and everything you said, I agree with wholeheartedly, right? Vanderbilt win this game, and all the Alabama fans are hoping that Vandy win this game, right? So everybody, so the world can silence and shut up, and that so Vandy is better than what people thought. So I'm going and sticking with the Alabama fans on this one because I told them it'd be all right. They lost to a good they underestimated Vanderbilt, and people been underestimating Kentucky, but Vanderbilt is playing at a different level. They brought in, they got a big win versus the possibly one of the best teams in the ACC in Alabama, and I'm going with Vandy, man. I'm going with Vandy on Kentucky. I think think they get it done. I think they got it done. I think they get it done today, man. And but Kentucky's defense, they carried them a lot. That offense has been slow, but that defense is the heart and soul of that team. And they definitely got it. I know this is a crazy pick of mine. I know it is, man. But God damn it, Vanderbilt, y'all gotta win for them for to shut up everybody out there. To shut everybody up. Just keep them on cruise control. And that's what I'm going with that. Iowa State taking
Uh-oh.
on West Virginia.
Uh-oh.
It's both
Uh-oh.
2-0 in the Big 12,
Uh-oh.
undefeated in the Big 12.
Uh-oh.
You already know who I'm going with, man.
I no, I don't. I don't know
Both of
who you're
my
going with.
quarterback. I mean, both of my
What you
quarterbacks is
mean,
playing.
your quarterback? What you talking about? I
Both of them.
don't know who you picking.
Garrett Green is nice, and I think he's showing y'all that. He's showing y'all with Garrett Green, right? He's showing y'all what he can do. Like, don't front on Garrett Green, and don't sleep on Garrett Green because he'll definitely get it done. Iowa State is just a well together put team. Rocco Beck is just a damn good quarterback who has brought into the system. The young man he's young as shit. I think he's only a sophomore, bro. He was a freshman last year. He's doing this as a sophomore. He is very poised. He's under control. He don't get all rattled or get happy feet. Um, he settles down, and all he got to do, and he knows, just take care of the ball. He lives that he's very mature at the position he plays, and that team just bought in. They're dangerous, bro. Iowa State, I got them winning Big 12, bro. They're a true number 11 team, if you ask me right now. And I think they beat West Virginia, man. I think they go out there and they beat West Virginia,
What?
a good West Virginia team. Yep, at West Virginia,
So
yes,
so so
yes.
in back-to-back weeks, you're going against your favorite quarterback. Last week you went
Hold
against
on, hold
Bo,
on, hold on. Rocco
and
Beck's my favorite.
and
Rocco
now
Beck
nah
was
nah
put
nah nah
after number one.
nah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's documented.
You
It's documented.
loved Garrett Green.
I do
You
like Garrett Green. He's in my top five in the whole Big
did
12.
you pick West Virginia to beat Penn State the first game of the year?
Did I?
Yeah, I think you did.
No, I don't think. Did I?
I think you
Okay,
did.
we can go back. We can go back and check it, but I don't know. But if I did, I'm pretty sure I had a good reason.
How you turning on your people like this, man? You
Because
turned on Bowman, you
he's
turned
my
on
number
Garrett
five
Green.
quarterback, and Rocco Beck is my number one quarterback in the Big 12.
Who number 5? Garrett Green?
Garrett Green was my number five quarterback in my Big 12 quarterback rankings. Absolutely.
Man, these are your people, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm shocked at you. I'm shocked.
Um,
Just
yeah.
for that, I'm taking West Virginia.
All right. Okay. All right.
Even though I got a
All
fantasy
right.
play on
All right.
Iowa State,
All right.
I'm
I
taking I'm
think
taking. I'm taking West Virginia.
This is a good test. I think this is a good test
Yeah,
for
Clear
Iowa
Creek,
State,
baby.
but
Let's go.
I don't think it's nothing that they could do.
Chucky
Garrett
don't
Green
love
is
you no
nice,
more, but I do. Chucky don't
but
love you no more. I do.
it's documented. It's documented.
All
I
right,
got
I
him. I
just
had him at number 5 in the Big 12. When I did my rankings from 16 to number 1, I had him at number 5. Or I know, and I fucked up because I should have put KJ Jefferson way but lower than that. But I thought that he would play better because of his being the damn having the most experience out of all damn near all the quarterbacks besides Cam Rising. I think I put KJ Jefferson at like 4. That was crazy. Of me doing that crazy ish. But and then I had Shador at 3, Favita at 2, and Rocco back out 1. And I only put Shador there because of his last year's record and me just being a hater. Just keeping it a buck. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Anyhow, yo, Syracuse, North Carolina State. I know you're going with Syracuse.
yeah, they gonna run these people out the field, man.
Man, North Carolina State has been a letdown, man. I thought
They
that
gonna
they
run these
would be a
people out the
lot.
field. They gonna run
I
these people
thought
out the
they'd be a
field.
lot. I thought they would be more competitive than what they're showing this year, bro. I really did. I bought in. I seen some things during the off season and then in that spring game and everything else that showed me that they were bought into the system and that they were going to play as a team. And I don't see that. And I don't see that North Carolina State team at all. I don't see that same team on the field on game days at all. I mean, I seen wide receivers blocking, giving their full everything, their full potential, their full physicality to playing and bought in, running their routes when they weren't getting the ball just to open up. I seen all of that in the spring game, and then they go into the season playing other teams, and it don't show. It just didn't show. So yeah, I'm going with Syracuse, man. Fran Brown doing over there. We don't talk about Fran Brown enough. By the way, I started making a video about Fran Brown and the history of Fran Brown. I didn't know he started at 2012 as a grad assistant. So him and Matt Rule was close too. I didn't know that. I didn't know that him and Matt Rule was close. I learned that shit. You know what I'm saying? He was with Temple in 2013 and 2015, and then in 2014 that Temple's defense was one of their defensive backs. They had like 33 interceptions or something like that, and they were actually one of the most improved defenses that year. They were in front of Georgia, Michigan, Virginia. At the time had a good defense, but Temple's team was really good, and I know he wound up going to Baylor with Matt Rule. Then he went back to Temple, then Georgia, and now he has his own team up at Syracuse, and he's the head coach. And they're just doing he just been doing a phenomenal job. And I see why you such a fan of Fran Brown when I did my research on him and digging more and seeing what Fran Brown is about. And look, he knows what he's doing. He's been around the game, and I'm definitely rooting for Fran Brown to keep it going. 4-1 in his first year, 1-1 in the ACC. It's his first year head coaching. He's doing a damn good job at it. Let's go, Cuse. Marshall and Georgia Southern. That's a good game. That's a good game. That is a good game. Marshall playing Georgia Southern is a good game. Who do you got, bro? I'm gonna go with Georgia Southern because they at home, but who do you got?
Yeah, I go with Georgia Southern.
All right. Minnesota, UCLA.
Golden Gophers.
The Golden Gophers. All right. I think so too. I think they smack them around. Let's see what UCLA is able to do though. We already picked the Colorado and Kansas State game. Boise taking on Hawaii.
2 words. Ashton Genty.
And Ashton Genty. Do he go over or under 200 yards this game? That's the only question I gotta ask you.
Over. Man,
Over.
this man got over 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns in 5 games. Like, bro.
Do he go over or under 300 yards today?
I don't know, man, because the game might be in. You know, they might try to observe. But again, like I said, I mean, when you look at the Heisman push, it's like obviously Cam Ward's at the top.
Yes.
Travis, is up there.
Yes.
He's somewhere. He's in the top 5 somewhere. So it's like do like y'all are a good team too. So y'all have to maintain winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of them situations where like you had a good game against Oregon, so you already got that out the way. So it's like you're not just beating up on bad teams. So I mean, like to me, it's kind of like, do you want to push the young man for the Heisman, or do y'all just want to like, all right, well, we know that if we keep winning, we got a playoff, so we want to kind of preserve him. But like I said, I mean, I know the award has been, to quarterbacks, but I mean, we can't say that a player right now, aside from Cam Ward, in the Heisman conversation, is a bigger component to their team winning than Ashton Genty.
Right. Right.
And like I said, I know that may rub for Colorado fans the wrong way, but again, Shadur is the one throwing the ball. So I mean, I can't say that I mean Travis is good, but I can't sit up here and say that Travis is a much larger piece to Colorado winning than saying Ashton Genty is to Boise or Cam Ward is to Miami, because that's just what it is. Like Cam Ward and Ashton Genty, in terms of importance to their team, it's not two other players in college football that mean that much to their team, especially in the win loss column.
Ashton Genty got over he asked, bro. He's sitting at 1,000 right now, bro.
In 5 games.
5 games, bro. 16 touchdowns.
And look at that.
16 touchdowns in 5 games.
My man only got 95 attempts, averaging nearly 11 yards a carry. Bro, that's unheard of.
Hey yo, hey yo. He but yo, what Travis
Bro,
Hunter's
that's
doing is
crazy.
amazing too. The load that Travis Hunter's putting on his body is amazing, right? So to me, Ashton Genty has to break Barry Sanders' record in order to solidify himself as the Heisman candidate, bro. He has to break that Barry Sanders record. He has to.
You know
And then
what?
there, you
Yeah.
can't deny him. You can't deny him the Heisman Trophy. If he breaks Barry Sanders' college rushing record, you can't deny him. You can't. You got to give the Heisman Trophy to him. Then you have to. He done broke Barry Sanders' record. I mean, what would you agree with that or disagree?
I mean, again, it's gonna come down to what Cam Ward does to me, because, like I said, those are my top two. Because again, I don't think two players right now that are in the Heisman mean more to their teams than these two guys mean. So the thing of it is like Cam Ward right now, the trajectory that he's on is like, but he's already over 20 touchdowns passing already. So it's like we're 5 games, 6 games into the season. So you got 6 more games. So you very well could have, how many touchdowns you got right now?
Who?
20. 20. Kenwell got 20 passing touchdowns, 5 picks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if we kind of, he's at 2,200 yards. So if we just kind of keep the same average throughout the rest of the season, we're talking about 4,400 yards passing and 42, 43 passing touchdowns against, I'll say 8 picks, maybe 9. Versus Ashton Genty, like you say, doing like breaking Barry Sanders' record or coming close. Like he's on. I mean, he right now his trajectory is 2,000 yards, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
even 18 or 1900. So it's about which player do you feel like is doing more for their team. And again, when you got this conversation, Cam Ward versus Ashton Genty, Cam Ward wins this situation 10 out of 10 times. So
Right.
to me, he could break Barry Sanders' record, but if Cam Ward is continuing to play the way that he's playing, they're gonna give it to Cam Ward.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Yeah,
Like
it's a
he's
quarterback
he's
trophy.
playing for the bigger
Get it.
brand. He's playing for the bigger brand. He's playing in the power conference, and believe it or not, more people are going to watch Miami play than watch Boise State play.
That's a fact.
Simple as that.
That's
So in order
yeah.
for so Ashton Genty, in order for him to win the Heisman, Cam Ward has to take a step backwards.
All right. That
That's
makes
it.
sense.
That's the only way.
All right.
And obviously, he has to continue to play it the way that he's playing too. But that's the only way that he has an opportunity to win the Heisman is Cam Ward has to take a step backwards.
All right. Well, the games have begun. The games have begun. I appreciate y'all kicking it with us on the more all morning, man. We enjoyed having y'all come through, man. A lot of people came through today, man. I don't give a damn. It was good seeing y'all. You up in the chat. Stretch came through. Bishop came through. Zion came through. Who else came through out here for us? And there's many other people that just watching, and that's cool. because it's just a Saturday morning pregame pick show with us. That's all. With me and Shad, we appreciate y'all coming through, man. I know Shad do, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to our channels. If y'all new here, appreciate it. Hit that like button. Share the content, man. Share with everybody up out there. Hey, peace, man. I'm up out of here. You did.